All right. I normally don't have all the blocks removed for all the armies, like for one side, but it's interesting because I remember at the very beginning of when I started posting the videos. Hold on, I'm gonna turn the music down. It's driving me nuts when I talk. Even though I like this selection. Um, yeah, when I first started doing it, I was like, okay, I'm using the blocks just because the armies were so spread apart, and I didn't know who belonged to which HQ. And I did mention that I was like, oh, I think I'll be removing the blocks when, the armies, like everything starts getting squished together. And I'm kind of doing it halfway that way, I guess, in the sense that now that, yes, the forces are getting squished together, and I'm finding that, like, especially with like the first and the fourth, I mean, a lot, obviously, with when they went into the September offensive towards Lublin, and now that they're withdrawing. But same as over here and everything else, as well as the opposing forces. What I'm doing now is I'm just writing down which units belong to which are under the command of which army, so that way when I do so that way I can remove all the blocks and then start trying to figure out stuff, because yeah, now that they're all squished together. So for example, battle group 1 to the 5th infantry division there, the Polish Legion brigade, and the two German Landwehr brigades are the 21st and the 23rd, the 100th Landwehr brigade there, and then the two brigades that are stuck in Tarnow there, the 110th and the 101st. So yeah, they're all the First Army, and I was surprised actually. I guess it's been so long that I got around to the Austrian turn, because I've been doing the Germans for so long. I was surprised. I forgot that they did receive 10 supply points or whatever. Well, every army received supply points in October '01. But yeah, so actually the First Army has. Hold on here. I'm gonna written down. So I'm not mounting any attacks. I mean, that's ridiculous. But well, except down here, obviously. Yeah, the First Army's got 3 supply points. Second Army 0, but that's obvious because, as I mentioned, his days are over. Why do I keep forgetting his bloody name, man? I keep, maybe it's one of those mental ones I just can't remember for me, anyways. Edward von Baum Ermely. Maybe I should just say Ermely. Yeah, I'll just say Ermely. Anyways, or bomb Ermely. I'll have to do it a few times in my head until it clicks. But anyways, yeah, he's been relieved in the sense that all the units that were under his command are. I transferred them over to Third Army last turn or whatever, because there's no point. Just not enough supply points left, and to start spreading around that area. And I'll be honest with you, I don't need 2 HQs anymore there. So anyways, yeah, his days are over, and like I was saying last turn, I guess he's off to he'll be an easy one to do. I'm just going to pop him here, and then I'm not going to remove him from play. I'm going to leave the counter there or whatever, but I mean, he effectively, that's it, he's gone. Like, he's out of the picture for the remainder of the whatever. Yeah, so I'm not going to go over this bit here, the whole. I'm going to wander on over to the other side, just because it's going to take me a while to figure out, just due to the fact there's such scant strength points left, and there's so many flipping zones of control to get in and out of, or enemy zones of control to get in and out of, and yeah, okay, good thing, bad thing, in the sense of the really strong defensible terrain here. Oh shoot, that's right. I gotta remember. Here I am talking about the withdrawing and whatnot. And I just was saying I wanted to take a page out of the Austrian commander's way of thinking there, that went up against. Of Cardona there again in the first battle of the Isonzo there, where I'm reading up, where he was saying don't concede territory, and if it happens that you have to, do so, try to retake it as quickly as possible before the enemy can consolidate it. So here I was thinking about withdraw, or getting all this whatever. And it's like, okay, let's use that guy's Borovich, I think that's his name, Victor Borovich. Anyways, so it's going to take me a while to figure out because, well, maybe it won't. I'll see later, but it's going to be one of those things where I'm probably going to stare at it for like 15, 20 minutes because it's just so tiny amount of strength points, and it's like, okay, every little dinky thing you got to move. But I think didn't these guys get some replacement points, replacement units last turn? Oh, goody two shoes. Okay, mind you, okay, there's nobody. Well, wait a minute. Yes, no, there isn't anybody there. Darn it. Okay, so it'll take 2 turns for them to, you know what I mean? 1 turn to get somebody there, and the next turn to replace so it'll be 3 turns, but that's the way it goes. Sorry, this is the problem with having a game that's been sitting on my table since late March, is that I've had to do multiple dustings, and it's extremely difficult with all these oh my god, I couldn't even imagine the Western Front. Jesus Christ. It must be like, well, you just don't look or just try to play the game in dim lighting, or maybe you just try to, I don't know what. It would drive me nuts, but as in constantly trying, like it's already, I'm like always blowing stuff and whatever. But anyways, so the main priority obviously is to do something, at least, Oh man, the Russians look like they're ready to get stuck in, just like they're doing way up north. I mean, it's what they're supposed to be doing, so I mean, can't blame them for it. So I guess the main thing is, I know that the reinforcements are coming yet again. There's a 3-3 replacement infantry division coming. They were supposed to arrive in Ostrava over here. I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can. It's off map, but way to the left over here. They were supposed to show up in Ostrava, but of course I can't due to the fact that, I've mentioned that way before, that in September, actually, that everything was getting rerouted, and I knew that, and all the reinforcements or replacement units or whatever that were supposed to show up in September were delayed until October. I was like, that's the penalty that the Austrians had to deal with, in lieu of still being able to get them, for crying out loud. But everything's now coming up through the Tisa River area here. So I think that's an extremely high priority now, is to secure these freaking rail lines, because it's pretty obvious that's what the Russians have been up to, is trying to isolate everything. And what I find ironic is that it's kind of where, it's the way it's happening, is that a few turns ago, I was like, okay, things are kind of going pear-shaped. Let's start everybody withdrawing towards Shemish here. And that's what's happening inadvertently, just due to the fact that, I guess the Russians are kind of like pushing the timetable along a little quicker than what the Austrians were expecting. But, jeepers jumping. But like I was saying here, this Third Army guy, I'll grab the journal because I seem to keep forgetting his bloody name too, which is just horrible. Where is the other journal? Yeah, I keep saying he's such a wonderful dude because that's von Brudermann there. Came to the Second Army's rescue. It's been holding off on that bridge hex area there. I could never find out if there is a bridge. Obviously, there are bridges there in real life, but the odds of you finding what real bridge in real life could possibly correspond with that. The odds are pretty slim, but that would be pretty cool. But he's been doing wonderful here. So, but how long can you last, especially when he doesn't know that the Russian Third Army are now starting to plan to strengthen. They've already did it, actually, last turn. They started moving a few units over. Not a lot. They can't really, right? But because of the zones of control and the forest and all the woods and all that stuff. But yep, they don't know that. And so, I mean, yeah, that's the Third Army HQ. That's what I'm going to do is, I mean, still focus, especially when they know this, let's be honest, relatively fresh Russian Eighth Army bearing down on them that just basically just went, you know, in a blink of an eye, went through Cernowitz and Stanislav, basically. It was like, holy smokes, what the hell just happened? So, and they're right, you know, there. I mean, yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, this major river, at least that part of the major river of the Dniester is really helping, that's for sure. But for how long, I don't know. But that's yeah, I know I'm not supposed to pick whatever's, and there's all these little mini narratives, and trust me, I love them all, but this one I'm having just a little special fondness for. I think it's probably due to the fact of that ongoing narrative with the little bridge there that's just been going on forever, and it's just been a massive stalemate. It's just been ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, there's been, you know, tons of these beautiful little narratives, especially, you know, the September offensive with the Austrians really came close to scaring the living dickens out of the people that were living in Lublin, that's for sure. But then all of a sudden, the Russian Ninth Army showed up, and because remember the Russian Fifth were had to deal with the First and the Fourth at the very beginning of the game because the Russian Fourth decided to go on their little wanderlust there towards Krakow. But I mean, it's worked out in the long run, so yeah, so. Yeah, that'll be it. I'll have to try to figure out how the hell do you do that as well, when you've got hardly any troops? Oh, man. But, and I think there is some replacement units, so I can't move, well, I don't want to move them anyways. They're in good spots. And yeah, yet again, I'm just going to try to hope to God that, like I said, I love having the headquarters, minimum 2 hexes away from the front, just to give me that 1 hex of oops, you know, people retreat, you know, things don't go the way I wanted them to go, and then you're screwed with getting awfully close with it. And then you have to start moving the Army HQs, you know, because you can't start supplying attacks and stuff if you know, next turn after that kind of thing the enemy ends up being right beside them, and I don't like that stuff. So yeah, so learning. Okay, so that's it. I'll spend some time just, well, I'll turn up my music and then just stare at this bloody thing for a while. All right.